Well, hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. It's been a while since I did one of these, so hopefully I've got everything set up right. I'm a little rusty at this, but we'll get it squared away. You would think after 700 videos, I would have this down to a science. And honestly, I do if I do this on a regular basis, but as sporadic as the videos have been lately, not so much. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. We'll kind of take a trip down memory lane, talk about how we got to the 700 mark. I'm surprised we made it this long. I know some of you are surprised we made it this long. And we'll just kind of take it from there. But I'll also talk about RE Garrison, what's been going on here. Been working a lot. And for the most part, it's been pretty good. I've got some concerns, some minor criticisms, things that I don't necessarily like here. They're not deal breakers, not things I would quit over, but definitely some things that really concern me. Today I had a big one. It's still ongoing, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about it. This next week, a matter of fact, a week from tonight, or a week from today, actually, I'll be in Coleman, Alabama at the home terminal. They got a class you take that afternoon after you've been here 6 to 8 weeks, and you get a free truck payment when you do that, which I'm going to use at Christmas time. I'm having some medical procedures and stuff done over the Christmas holidays, and so it'll be good to be able to take that time off and not have to worry about a truck payment. Still get hit with insurance and everything else, but knocking that truck payment off of there is a big deal. All right, before we get into this too far, I do want to make an announcement too. Some of you know, some of you don't. If you're a channel member, I've started releasing the videos usually a couple of days prior to when everybody else sees them, especially if I do one like on a Saturday or something. You'll get it a couple of days before it releases on that Monday. So for those of you that there was never any benefits of being a channel member, that is something that's come to pass now, where you'll get the videos early and you can see them. And then also we're going to work out something as soon as we get the merchandise going, where you guys are going to get something just for being loyal channel members for so long. So if that's something you're interested in doing, right below the video, hit join, and it'll give you that option to become a channel member. It's like $5 a month. Anyway, I'm just kind of going through all this now to give everybody a chance to get in here. I'm watching the member count, the viewer count, and it's going up. So trying to give everybody a few minutes to get in here. But let's jump in and say hello to the channel members. We don't have that many these days. We've got 6 of them. We've got Robbie Ross, Ramon, Adam, Newman Attack, Racing Ray, and Corey Oatley. So I appreciate them sticking with us and supporting the channel. I know money's kind of tight right now, so if you can't spend any money, I get it. But at least give this video a thumbs up. Share it out to your friends, family, other truck drivers you know. Tell people. I've got some of you that when you go to truck stops, you're telling people, hey, check out Trucker Todd on YouTube. I definitely appreciate that. And make sure you're subscribed. But the important thing to do after you subscribe is to hit that bell and select all. Then you get a notification when future videos and lives come out like this. Now, the subscriptions in most areas charge. A subscription on YouTube's free, so it doesn't cost you anything to do. And then you get that notification. And so at this point, let's jump into the comments. We're going to, instead of doing the first one, we'll circle back to it, but we got to mention Newman Attack. He just did a good deed. He's a channel member as well. He gifted 1 Trucker Todd membership to my good friend Gary Cook. So congratulations, Gary Cook. You'll now get those benefits of being able to see the videos prior to them coming out. Thank you for doing that, Newman Attack. I was just talking about you on the phone today. I was saying, hey, I hadn't heard from him much lately. Newman Attack used to call me, and I ain't heard from him in a few days. So maybe I'll touch base with him tomorrow and see what's going on. All righty. First in today was Racing Ray, channel member and moderator. Congratulations on the big milestone. Here's to 700 more. Yeah, it's I can't believe it. I remember when it started, people always ask me, what made you start the channel? I had been off-roading with my son and had tore up a bumper on my pickup and taken it to a body shop to get it fixed. And the body shop kind of did me dirty. They didn't do a very good repair job. And I just decided I'm going to make a YouTube video about it. And so I made a YouTube video about it. And long story short, word got out about the video. They said, hey, bring the pickup back in here. We'd like to make it right. And so I did that, took the pickup back in. They fixed it. And then people started saying, hey, Todd, why don't you talk about trucking? You could probably do a lot to help drivers and things like that. And at the time I was working at Roadrunner, and there were several YouTubers making stuff up about Roadrunner, saying they were going out of business. They were having financial problems. So there was a lot of interest in Roadrunner. And so I just kind of hit at the right time. I remember how excited I was when I got to 100 subscribers. I thought, there's no way it'll get above about 100, 150 subscribers. And then it just started popping. In the beginning, I was doing a lot of settlement videos talking about the money I was making at Roadrunner. And a lot of people were becoming interested in Roadrunner. And it just kind of snowballed from there, getting bigger and bigger. And we're still not a huge channel, but we're moderately sized. And this is an inside joke for some of you guys. We're still not a huge channel, but we're getting there. We're still growing at a decent pace. And so I'm thankful to each and every one of you that are spreading the word and getting the message out there. We still are able to help lots of people. And people say, well, why do you say we? And I say we because a lot of you have started helping people as well. One of you, and I'm not going to call you out by name, said the other day that he had made a lot of friends as a result of this channel. And I like to hear that you guys are becoming friends and getting to know each other. And I remember the one guy that said he saw a broke down car at a toll plaza, and he walked over and gave him a bottle of water as a result of watching my videos. And so I would like to think on a small scale that people are becoming friends out of this, that people are doing good to other people as a result of this. And I would like to think, and I know that I have helped a few of you along the way. I can think of one guy that lost his pickup. I helped him get it back. It was repossessed. I can think of another guy that lost his house. I helped him get it back. And, we don't talk about that on here a lot. And it's not me tooting my own horn or nothing. It's just, it's nice to know that you're making a difference, that you're helping people. And, I get that back too. Some of y'all have helped me, and I appreciate that. Some of you with your prayers and even financially helped out when I had the stroke. And so I've been grateful to each and every one of you. And even if you've ever done nothing, or if you're one of these trolls that comes on here and calls me everything but a white man, I still appreciate you. I was, one time I remember I was talking to a YouTuber, and he told me, he said, Todd, I really like my trolls. And I said, why? And he said, because I know they're going to watch every single one of my videos to the end. And so I kind of changed my perspective on that. They are going to watch my videos to the end. They're always going to comment, so they're great for the analytics. And so I get a kick out of them. Some of you say, I don't see how you put up with them. And yeah, every once in a while they get under my skin, but most of the time I just feel sorry for them. All righty, Robbie Ross, channel member and moderator. Hello, friends from the house in Phoenix. Yeah, he stayed out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Robbie, but the longest he had ever stayed out in trucking, I think he stayed out like 7 weeks. And he had some mechanical problems and things like that with his truck. So I'm sure he's glad to get to be back home. He had a bunch of stuff to do when he got home, as we all do when we go home. So we're really fortunate to have him in here tonight because he's got a lot on his plate right now. And Roger Berry, this is a guy right here that's been with me for years. He's been watching the show, very supportive, a lot of great comments. We've never met in person, but I consider him a friend. He says, congratulations on the 700th. Hello from Erlanger, Kentucky. Yes, sir. Good to have you here tonight. I've got some friends that were passing through Kentucky today. So that's cool, man. I'm glad you was able to make it in tonight. I was really excited to do this 700th episode because I knew we were going to get a lot of people that have been with me for years in here tonight and have been really loyal to me in the good and bad times. And here's another one right here. Ted Van Buskirk. He says, hello, sir. Hope all is well. I'll be here. Just got home from work. Ted Van Buskirk works like 1 million hours a week. Something ridiculous in, I want to say in like the coal mines or something, but we're always glad when he can join us because he works insane hours that honestly most of us couldn't do. I don't think I could do it anymore. I'm getting old. Newman Attack channel member. It just makes sense. Yes, sir. It sure does. It just makes sense. That's it's been my plan all along. I ran the numbers and it just makes sense. Everybody knows me knows that's what I wanted to do. And Newman Attack channel member says, is anyone else in north central Montana? I think I can say with some relative certainty, nobody's in Montana except a couple of bears. Hey, here's another one that's been with me several years. That's Russell Freight Services. He says, hey, Todd. Hey, Russell. Thanks for jumping in tonight. And Gary Cook, who's now a channel member, even though it hadn't put his icon up there yet, says, hello, everybody. Hello. And Codename Slurper. Hey, Todd. Hey, Codename. Thank you for coming in. Good to see you again. Bitcoin John says, we're doing it live. Yes, sir. I want to apologize to everybody. I've been trying to do a live for several weeks now, and it seems like every Tuesday and Thursday, something pops up. The other day, I was going to do it on Tuesday, this 700th episode, and it's really created a bottleneck because I've got other videos I wanted to release, but I wanted the 700th one to be live. I got held up at a shipper. I had one pallet, or at a receiver, I had one pallet. It took them 4.5 hours to unload it. I was in Miami, and for anybody that don't know, everybody drives 35 miles an hour around there. It takes forever to get anywhere. And so I drove a couple 100 miles up the road to, it wasn't that far even. I think it's about 120 miles up the road to the Blue Beacon to get my trailer washed out. I sat in line there over an hour. And then I went and picked up my load, and that took forever. And by the time I got there, it was too late to do a video that night. I know a lot of you go to bed early and you get up early and drive. And so I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And today I delivered a load early this morning. And I say early at 9 o'clock, but it took them a few hours. And RE Garrison didn't have anything else for today. They did send me 3 loads later in the day. I'm able to do 2 of them. One of them I'm not able to do because I'm going to Coleman next Thursday for that class. So, yeah, I'm glad to be here live. I think we're going to get to a point very soon where I can start doing more of these. Got a lot of stuff I need to make a video about. For one thing, somebody made fun of me because I have zip ties on both of my mirrors. And I thought, well, that guy's an idiot. He doesn't realize why I do that. Nothing wrong with my mirrors. The reason I do that, and there'll be a short coming out, I'll show you, is there's a plastic, it's kind of an L-shaped piece that goes up into a triangle into the mirror. And if you don't put a zip tie on it, over time it'll vibrate and break off. If you put a zip tie on it, it restricts the vibration enough that it doesn't break off. And I got to thinking about it, and some of you have never drove a Freightliner. Some of you aren't even in trucking. And so I decided, well, maybe I need to make a video about that and explain it. But yeah, I mean, like first or second day I had this truck, I got out and put zip ties on both my mirrors so I wouldn't have that problem. Because I don't want to have to buy a mirror or buy that plastic piece in the future just because I was too cheap or too lazy to put a zip tie on there. And if you walk around a truck stop, usually you'll see several Freightliners that piece of the mirror is broke off either on one side or sometimes on both sides. It's just cheap plastic. I don't know why Freightliner didn't build that piece a little better. And Boxcar 75. Hello, Todd and everyone. Hey, Boxcar, thanks for coming in tonight. And here's a guy. I was just thinking about you the other day, Life on 18. I hadn't seen you in here a while, and I was wondering how you was doing. Good to see you in here. Life on 18 wheels says, well, he waves at everybody. And we got Bitcoin John says, thank you, Gary. Newman Attack channel member. He says he will continue to gift memberships in honor of my friend James. Love you and miss you. I'll tell you what would be funny about that. If one of your gifted memberships actually went to James, because we know he watches. We know sometimes his wife watches. It would be funny if the two of them got gifted a membership. And I wish YouTube would let you do that, would let you gift memberships to specific people, but it doesn't do that. It randomizes it, and it says it does it off of comments. I don't know. I've received a couple of gift memberships the past few months from channels I don't even watch. And so I don't know how YouTube does all that stuff, but yeah, anyway, thank you for that, Newman. And Roger Berry wants to know how Racing Ray is doing. I know if he's still in here, I'll let him comment. If he doesn't comment in the next few minutes, then I'll answer that on his behalf. But hopefully he's still in here. Jesus' name above all names says, congratulations on 700. Thank you very much. It's kind of funny because people always say, I'm going to do YouTube. It's easy. And I always tell them when I hear them say that, think of whatever your favorite subject is. And mine is not trucking, but think of whatever your favorite subject is and try to imagine doing 700 10-minute videos about it. It's a real grind. And then imagine the first year and a half or 2 years you do it, you don't make a penny. And you're, in some cases, getting better cell phones to do it. In some cases, getting better headsets to do it. In some cases, subscribing to StreamYard and services like that. That's why I don't feel guilty at all being paid by YouTube. I don't feel guilty doing endorsement deals. or the occasional referral, because there's some expense there. If somebody wrote really got on me hard the other day about having my Venmo and PayPal and Cash App available in the description of this video. And first of all, I think you'd be shocked how very few people use that and how very little you get off of it. And secondly, you know, I think you'd be shocked what it costs to do this, especially when your channel gets a little bigger. I've also got the website, truckertodd.net. There's some expense associated with that. The LLC, there's a lot to it. So if you get to the point where I'm at, then you'll understand it a lot better. But what you don't realize too is I spend multiple hours a week helping people that I never make a penny off of. And that's okay too. You reap what you sow, or karma, or whatever you want to call it. But what goes around comes around for sure. And Gary, who's the new channel member, says, thank you very much for the gifted membership. Skyline says, is the 700 videos still available to watch on your channel, or you deleted some of them? I think in the history of my channel, there's only been 2 or 3 videos that's ever been deleted. I'm not sure if they're still down or not. My goal is to leave all of them up. I did pull 1 or 2 at Dart because, you know, my personal self-inflicted rule is I don't say anything negative about the company until they say, you know, screw you, we're not going to do nothing about it. And what happened was when I was at Dart, I had a situation that went really, really south. They were clearly in the wrong. I knew they were wrong. They knew they were wrong. And the CEO at the time was a great guy. Still talk to him occasionally now, although he's got out of trucking. He runs a very large lumber, what would you call it? Lumberyard, not a lumberyard, hardware store, a True Value hardware store in Minnesota. Very large. He's very successful now, but he's a great guy. And we've talked about him coming on the show, but I don't think I can help him much with selling hardware in Minnesota. But anyway, he saw my video. He called me. He says, hey, Todd, I want to make this right. And so he never asked me to pull the video, but in accordance with my own self-inflicted rules, when he made things right, I felt like I needed to pull that video because I didn't want people 2 years later watching it and thinking, oh, Dart really screwed him, when they made it right in the end. Now, did it take a little longer than it should have? Yeah. Did they do it just because of the video? Maybe. I don't know. I don't try to guess the motivations of others. But either way, they fixed it. So a couple of videos have been pulled. But by and large, I would say 698 of the videos are probably still out there. Some of them are shorts. Some of them are lives. Some of them are regular videos. And I also put some of those videos on Instagram, TikTok. I mean, there are several places. LinkedIn. As a matter of fact, we're simulcasting on 5 different platforms right now. So most of you are watching it on YouTube, but some of you are watching it at other places as well. And I appreciate all of you for being here, especially tonight. Jesus, name above all names, just became a channel member. Thank you for that. It's good to have you. And like I said, now the big benefit now, there's going to be more. Of course, you get the little icon by your name. It changes over time as you age with the membership, and it also highlights your comment when I put it up on the screen, and I think it does it. Yeah, it highlights it in the deal over here for me too. And but you're also going to get early access to videos. So I think that's pretty cool. They used to make it super difficult to do, but now it's pretty easy to do. Used to, I had to schedule it and then go in there and reschedule it for everybody else. And now they make it pretty simple where I can do it all at once. Gary Cook, channel member. I'm doing a lease at Harper's Trucking. They're out of Wichita Falls, Texas. They pull a lot of reefer freight with Prime Inc. It started out rough, but it's getting better. That's good to hear. I've heard that Prime is getting better. That they had kind of some dark days, but that it's starting to turn around over there for those guys as well. They have flat ran the dog out of me over here at RE Garrison, and I've done pretty well. I'm in the best shape financially I've been in since I was at Swift. I'm not out of the woods yet. I won't be taking any Caribbean vacations. I've still got debt, things like that. But I'm starting to get, I'm still paying a couple of bills late occasionally, but I'm getting closer to climbing out of the hole and reducing debt and things like that. So I don't know if you can tell, I'm a lot more optimistic. I've got a little spring in my step. I have had a couple of issues over here at RE Garrison. I'm definitely not calling them a perfect company. I would say there is a lot of good people here. They have tried to accommodate me as best they could, but there has been some issues, and some of them are still ongoing. At some point, we may talk about them on here, but you know, I'm going to be in Coleman a week from today, and hopefully we can get some of that stuff ironed out face to face. All right, HD Eagle says, good afternoon, finally at home, getting some rest. Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, HD, thank you for being here, man. I especially appreciate you guys that watch me when you're at home, because I know that after you've been out on the road a few weeks, you've got a million things you need to be doing. And the fact that you take your time to hang out here with me really means a lot, and I sure appreciate it. And Mr. Old Navy, good evening, sir. Good evening, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And Russell Freight, just got a person interested in a truck I have open, might be my first driver. Good deal, man. Let me know how it goes. Russell Freight Services is slowly working his way into being a fleet owner, about to hire his first driver. And so it'll be fun to see how that goes. Here's another guy that's been with us a long time, Alaska Hall. Funny story about him. He came in the videos, and initially we debated a lot of stuff. Over time, he became a real supportive guy, a real good guy. And one night I'm at this truck stop, and Alaska, maybe you can remember where we were at. I just assumed by his name that he did Alaska Freight, but he's actually in the United States. And I'm at this truck stop, super dark parking lot, and him and another guy are walking across the parking lot. And I've never seen a picture of him, don't know what he looks like. And they keep walking by my truck. And I thought, what's going on? And all of a sudden, they walked up to my door, and I thought, oh, great. Am I fixing to get robbed or mugged, or is it a troll that wants to fight? What's going on? And he goes, are you Trucker Todd? And I said, yeah. He goes, I'm Alaska Hall. And so I got to visit with him and his friend that night for a few minutes, and it was good to finally put a face with the name. But you just never know when people walk up on you, because everybody's seen me, but I hadn't necessarily seen them. My computer just did something weird. Hang on a second. It pulled up a widget thing, which I don't know how to get rid of that. All right, I'm back. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention this. Channel member and moderator Robbie Ross says he loves the Hawaiian backdrop. He sent me this when he was on his Hawaiian trip. I don't know why. Let me see if I can make my picture. I decided to use it tonight because it kind of makes it look like I'm in a hotel. And part B to that is it keeps you from seeing how dirty my truck is. I desperately need to do some cleaning and will do some cleaning this week. Also need to do laundry, but that's too much information. Newman Attack, channel member, just left Gas Range, Montana, headed for, I can't ever say that town, Montana. I had a beautiful sunset and nobody to share it with. God's country. Yeah, I was just giving you a hard time. I like running up there too. It's easy to find parking. When you pick up or deliver a load up there, people are glad to see you. DOT doesn't really mess with you that much unless you're just blatantly doing something wrong, speeding or something. I actually had a load, not going to Montana. I had one going to San Diego later this week. Well, I say that early next week, and ended up having to turn it down because I got to be in Coleman. So, but yeah, I love running out west. I don't mind California in moderation, but Nevada, Montana, Idaho, even Washington State. I don't like buying fuel in Washington State. And I don't like Oregon because of their tax up there. But other than that, I love running that part of the country. And I think Garrison's going to start sending me out that way a lot more. Robbie Ross, channel member moderator, should have a good view of the Northern Lights, Newman. Yeah, it's I've taken some video up there before and released it. It's incredible views. Newman Attack, channel member. Anybody that knows me knows I love a good, yeah. And it's been your plan to go there all along. Let me tell you that too. I've still got a ways to go, as you'd imagine, with 700 videos, but I've started creating playlists. And so for the guy earlier that was asking about if the 700 videos are still up, I believe it was Skyline that asked that. Yeah, and it's getting easier to watch them because I'm putting them in playlists. If you want to just go back and see news stories, there's a playlist for that. If you want to go back and see the Swift videos, there's a playlist for that. And like I said, I'm still assembling those as I have a chance, but there's still quite a few up, especially the more recent stuff. And especially if you've got a long night of driving, you can just turn on one of the playlists and it'll do video after video. And you'll also be able to see if you thumbs up that video, or if not, it'll give you a second chance to thumbs up it. So something else that you can check out, and you don't have to be a channel member or even a subscriber to do that. So check out those videos if you get a chance in the playlist. Exactly. Roger Berry says Cascadias are famous for the plastic piece falling off. Yeah, and you know, I'll be the first to tell you, I haven't always known that you could put a zip tie up there and it would fix it. But I was griping one day about those pieces breaking and how cheap it was, and the guy said, "Yeah, if you'll just put a zip tie up there, it'll fix it." And I did that, and I hadn't had one break since. And so somebody made fun of me in one of the comments saying, "Oh, your truck's held together with zip ties." No, there's 2 zip ties on the whole truck, minus whatever they have on wiring harnesses and stuff. But I've got one on each mirror, and it was one of the first things I did to this truck because I didn't want to have to buy those plastic pieces later on. Okay, let's see. I got a Newman Attack channel member gifted another membership in the name of James. And it goes to Roger Berry. So congratulations, Roger Berry. And Roger Berry, thanks, who's now a channel member, thanks Newman Attack for the channel membership. We've also got, I believe, our oldest, and I don't mean annual age, I mean longest standing channel member and moderator, Robbie Ross. He says membership has its privileges, milestones, 2 years as a member. Congrats on the 700 videos. Thank you for that, my friend. He's another one. He's been with me back since the Roadrunner days. And in the good and bad times, he's still called and checked on me. And so he's one of those that you could put in the category definitely a loyal friend. I've had a lot of people turn on me over the years, and he's not one of them. Jesus' name above all names. You're a walking miracle. God bless you and yours. Well, thank you, sir. I think, yeah, I guess I am. You know, like Dean Martin said, you only live once, but if you live like I have, once is enough. And I've definitely, my uncle told me one time, he said, you're the luckiest guy I know. And, you know, I don't know if I'm lucky or blessed. Probably a little bit of both. Some people say you make your own luck, but I've definitely overcame a lot, and I think that's why some people watch. I've had a couple of people tell me it's inspirational to see something hit me and me be able to keep going. And but it seems like whenever something really bad happens, one of y'all will call me and you'll say just the right thing, and it'll motivate me to keep going. Sometimes it's a troll. Sometimes I'll be down in the dumps and I'll think, you know what? I don't want to drive a truck no more. I don't want to do YouTube no more. And then a troll will say something and I'll go, I got to keep going because it'll irritate the crud out of that guy. And so I appreciate all of you, the good, loyal people and the trolls, for being here. You've all had a positive impact on my life, whether you wanted to or not. Racing Ray, channel member and moderator, he's answering Roger Berry's question about his health. He says, I'm doing pretty good, recovering from a few falls I had a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty messed up, but God is good. If I can just mind to keep my feet under me, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'm trying to think how much of this I want to say on here. I've noticed the older I get, and maybe some of you people that are around my age can tell me, the more clumsy you get. Like, there's no way at my age I'd get out there and try to do flatbed. Just getting in and out of the trailer sometimes, I have to be really careful not to fall, or getting in and out of the truck for that matter. And so what I noticed, especially this week when I was doing pre-trips and post-trips, I've started walking slower, and it's good because I'm looking at things more carefully and not just rushing through it. And but yeah, this getting old is it's not easy for sure. It's not for the weak of heart. And Dale Shellnut. Hello, Todd. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Thank you for being here tonight. Good to see you. Racing Ray, channel member moderator. Hey, if y'all are ever having trouble sleeping at night, just put on one of Trucker Todd's old videos down low and listen. I'm fairly sure it will help you get to sleep. Yes, several people have told me that their wives go to sleep with me every night. They listen to my videos to go to sleep, that my voice is soothing, and that sometimes it's kind of monotone, like the guy on Ferris Bueller's Day Off that goes up, Bueller. What's his name? Ben Stein? Is that who it is? But anyway, I'll take the views however you can do it. Even if, when you're watching my videos, even if you don't want to watch them, if you want to play them on your tablet while you're mowing the yard or something, it's fine. A view is a view is a view. But I hope you'll watch, and more importantly, I hope you'll comment. And even more importantly, I hope it's a good comment. I wish YouTube paid me for $1 for every time I was told I didn't know what I was talking about. I was stupid. I was arrogant. I'd be a millionaire. Russell Freight Services. I've thought about making videos on being a small fleet owner, but haven't made up my mind. if you've got the time, go for it. I just know that it's a grind. It's not, you're not going to, your second month out here, be making money on YouTube, more than likely. And even when you do, you're talking a few $100s a month. You're not talking thousands unless you get really, really big. But it does open up other doors, promotional deals, things like that. So there are opportunities outside of YouTube that come to you because of YouTube to make money. And for example, I did some A to B fuel card videos a couple of years ago and made pretty good money on those for not much work. And I've done pretty well with ES Advantage and some things like that, but they didn't come in the beginning. It's something you work up to. And you've really, it's kind of like leasing a truck or buying a truck. The first question I'd ask you is why you want to do it. And if your answer is I want to make more money, I'd say don't do it. If your answer is you want to help people or you feel like you've got a lot of knowledge or information to share, then I'd say go for it. Take your swing and see what happens. Mr. Old Navy, wow, lucky dog. Yeah, and I assume what he's talking about is I had 15 strokes in one day on March the 14th, I think. March 14th or March 15th of 2024, and spent 5 days in the hospital. Wasn't able to drive a truck for 7 months. And so it was definitely a tough time. Gary Cook, channel member. At Prime, I have the option of using their fuel card, and I get good discounts at all the major truck stops. I get good discounts. Plus, at Love's, I get diamond status there. I love that. Yeah, that's not bad. But do they make you go 64 like the Prime trucks do? Skyline Trucker, that's awesome. I'll watch them all. Well, I think I'm subscribed to your channel about 1.5 years, so I watch the Swift videos. Yeah, Skyline is another one. He's been with me for a long time. He's a really good guy, and he's been at Crete Carrier for, I want to say, like 5 years or maybe longer. So if you've got any questions about Crete Carrier, he's a great guy to ask. He started off as a company driver for several years, and now he's an owner-operator. And, I honestly don't know anything bad about Crete. I'm not saying there's not anything. I'm just saying I don't know anything bad about Crete. So Skyline also has a YouTube channel. And if you want to know more about Crete or about Skyline, check his channel out. He's a good guy for sure. Robbie Ross, channel member moderator. Being older, I'm always scared hopping out of the trailer. I don't want to turn an ankle. Oh, man, that hurts. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. These RE Garrison trailers, they've got the handle back there, and you can kind of step down, but the steps are kind of tucked up under the trailer. And I'm always afraid I'm going to miss a step and fall. So I'm like, super careful, and you don't want to sit down and slide out of the trailer because then you get trailer crap all over your rear end. So earlier I was having to blow my trailer out. I got my blower back there and was blowing it out, and I was like, man, please don't let me fall, or like you said, come down too fast and roll an ankle. I remember back in the old days, people would just jump out of trailers. And I knew a guy that did that, and the next morning he woke up, couldn't walk. He'd screwed his back up. So if you're one of these that jumps out of the back of a trailer, and I've seen them do it at the Blue Beacon, I would encourage you to take your time and come out slowly. Shoot at Blue Beacon, they got steps. Use the steps and come out of that trailer. Don't jump. It's a good way to mess your back up. Gary Cook, channel member. I'm really starting to love it here. I love the fact that I'm driving 2025 Freightliner Cascadia These trucks are equipped with all the necessary items that drivers need. Yeah, I'm starting to like mine. Mine's a 2024. It's got leather seats, but RE Garrison does offer the legacy seats. They are the base legacy seats, so they're not heated or cooled or massaging or nothing like that. But at the end of a long day, I don't have enough padding on my rear end for these seats. So I'm either going to have to get a seat cushion or break down and get the legacy seat put in. Racing Ray, channel member and moderator. When was the first video released? That is an excellent question that I honestly don't know the answer to. I'm going to say it had to be more than 4 years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago. I didn't take it real seriously in the beginning. I'd do a video here and there, and it was actually what I said earlier was wrong in the video. I was working at maybe Trucks for You, and I was in a hotel in Laredo that had black mold in it, and I made a video showing the black mold in the hotel. And right before that, I'd done the body shop video. I'm sure they can be found in YouTube. Eventually, I'll get them put in a playlist, but the older a video gets, the harder YouTube makes it to see. But I'm not one of these guys that's going to pull a video. If I said it on here, I'll stand by what I said. Robbie Ross, channel member moderator, 17 watching, only 9 thumbs up. Come on, y'all. Yeah, please give me a thumbs up. We're up to 24 now. They're coming back. I don't know who else is live tonight. They may be skipping back and forth between channels. I didn't even look to see if I was stepping on anybody. I just came on at my normal slot. It's supposed to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's just I haven't been very consistent lately because it's just been crazy out here. Russell Freight, to show people that it can be done, because a lot of people say you can't profit in this market. I do very well with just my truck, but I want to show people if you grind it out and make it. Yeah, there's a saying to that effect that the harder I work, the luckier I get, and that's got to be true in your case, Russell. It's I remember Russell before he was an owner operator. He called me and he asked for advice, and he was a really young guy, but he was asking the right kind of questions. And I knew talking to him then that he was going to go somewhere, that he was going to do something, and he's done it. And so my hat's off to him. Good job, man. Gary Cook, channel member. No, my truck is governed at 70. That's fast enough for me. That's one advantage that I have. Yeah, I agree with you. 70 is a fair speed, especially in the part of the country that you're running with Prime. If you go out west a lot, it's nice to have a little more, but 70 is fair. Skyline says Freightliner has some special clips to secure the mirror and are the seamless. They put on each side, and you will never have that problem unless someone hit your truck and you lose your mirror. I don't know. I've had bad luck. Maybe they're hitting it and it's just not showing, or maybe I'm the victim of vandalism or what. But a zip tying up there seems to fix it. And as a matter of fact, when the guy commented on my video, I didn't even know what he was talking about. I thought he was talking about on various parts of the truck. I was like, there's no zip ties on my truck. And then I remembered, oh, he must be talking about the mirrors, because you can see the zip ties in the video. And they're on there purely to keep that little triangle piece from breaking. There's no damage, cosmetic or otherwise, to the mirrors in any way. Like I said, my truck's in really, really, really good condition. It could use a good truck wash right now and an interior cleaning, but it's mechanically very, very sound. Russell Freight says, and also to help people. Yeah, you would, then I would say go for it, because you won't care if you ever make a penny off of it or not. The only other advice I would say is don't exaggerate and always tell the truth. And that way you ain't got to worry about what you said, or if you run into somebody somewhere. Just do your best to be honest. Now, sometimes you're going to say something and be wrong, and that's okay. You can always go back and correct yourself. And that's why I tell y'all in these videos, if anything I say about RE Garrison sounds too good to be true, contact the recruiter and ask her. Say, hey, I heard Trucker Todd say this. Is this true? And if she says the same thing, then odds are it's true. If she says, no, Todd misunderstood the policy, here's what the policy is, then hopefully she'll reach out to me, or you'll reach out to me and say, hey, Todd, in your video, you said this. That's no longer the case. One of the things that's going on right now that I was nervous about telling y'all in videos is they had a $2,500 sign-on bonus. And she told me when I signed up that they were talking about doing away with it soon. And so I currently do not know if they're still doing the sign-on bonus or not. If the sign-on bonus is something that's important to you, that's something you need to ask the recruiter about when you call. Just don't show up at orientation going, well, I saw a video Todd made 2 months ago, and I want my sign-on bonus. No, call a recruiter, verify you're still going to get it. Whatever it is you're wanting, or whatever it is you think that should be. Some things I haven't said about the company, and maybe I'll make videos about this. They offer health benefits to independent contractors, dental, vision. They offer medical. They have, I've got their dental and visual. They have a legal plan, things like that. So there's a lot of benefits you can get here. And that's partially why it's so hard for me to tell you what you'll make here, because I don't know what you're going to select. Truck-wise, I don't know what part of the country you're going to run. I don't know how you're going to buy your fuel. So it's going to be a case-by-case basis. There's a good possibility you'll make more than me. There's a possibility you'll make less than me. I was telling people, I called a couple of people the other day. They both said, well, we're not making as much as you are, Todd. And then I've called a couple of people that they're like, man, I make that on a bad week. So I think I'm somewhere in the middle. Robbie Ross, channel member, moderator. I've seen Russell from time to time as well. Shared advice with him as well to make money. Good work, buddy. Yeah, I know Robbie Ross and Russell have bumped into each other a couple of times at shippers and receivers. That's always good to hear, especially if they can share advice. If Robbie Ross can share some knowledge and wisdom, or if Russell can share some knowledge and wisdom, that's great. Good to hear it. And I've said that in my videos. It's not me kissing up. We've got a lot of really smart, experienced people in here. And that's the people I'm talking to. The people that are saying the dumb stuff in the comments, they just don't have the knowledge of it or experience to do this channel. This channel's designed for experienced professionals like Robbie Ross, like Russell, and people like that. There's a ton of you. I'm not going to name all of you in here, but you know who you are. Gary Cook, channel member at Harper's Trucking. I get 82%. Plus 100% of the fuel surcharge, plus I get treated like a driver here. I love it. Yeah, and so you're already miles ahead of a prime driver, because they're getting, what, 72%? And so, yeah, and you got a faster truck, so you're able to do more loads. So good for you. I'm glad that you found a place you're happy at. All right, we're caught up on the comments, so we're going to do what we do. We're at about the hour mark. I've still got to drive about 3 hours tonight, so we're going to go as long as y'all are talking. But if y'all stop talking, I'm going to start driving. But let's go ahead and remind everybody, like Robbie Ross was saying, please give this video a thumbs up. Share it on your social media platforms. or to your friends. You can hit share and send it as a text message or an email. Say, hey, check this guy out. His soothing voice puts me to sleep every night, whatever it is. And you can also subscribe. Let's see, did I say it all? Thumbs up, share, subscribe, click the bell, select all. Check out truckertodd.net. You can go to my Amazon affiliate link there. Click on the title of this video, and there's a lot of great information there. See where I get my cellular service. Get a fuel card like I've got. All of those things are available to you in the description of this video. Find out how to contact the recruiter I deal with. All of that's there. And to irritate the trolls, my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are there. So, oh boy, this is too much fun. But we're going to give y'all just a few more minutes to type your comments or questions. And then I'm going to check out of here if there's nothing else. Well, I need a haircut too. Gary Cook, channel member, is it still getting easier to find truck parking, or is it still a struggle? I would say it depends what part of the country you're in. That place that I did a video on the other day, Superior Truck Parking, right there by wherever I was at, 75. Dang, I don't even remember where I was at. Anyway, it was real tough to get right north of Atlanta on 75. It was real difficult to get parking in that area of Atlanta. It always is. So that was a welcome place at $10. I thought it was a bargain. They had nice showers. If you hadn't seen that video, go check it out. And but you know, if you run out west a lot, like up there where Newman Attacks is, it's pretty easy to get parking up there. Right here where I'm at, in North Carolina, Kenly, North Carolina, it was pretty easy to get parking here as well. And so it just really depends what part of the country you're in. What about you, Gary? What have you noticed about parking lately? Hey, and we've got a super chat here from my good friend, channel member and moderator, Robbie Ross. No football chat team has been a downer, just a loyal supporter. Yes, sir, you are. I appreciate you being here. We've cussed and discussed the Cowboys this week. It's been a little bit of a letdown. Jesus' name above all names. I really enjoy you, brother. Well, thank you. I enjoy y'all as well. People say, especially when I was stressed out at the previous company, people would say, well, stop doing YouTube. That's your stress. And YouTube's actually a stress reliever. Getting to know y'all, getting to talk to y'all is a big stress reliever. It's something I enjoy. It is frustrating sometimes when I can't answer your call or call you back as quickly as some of you would like. It's just me, but I do try to call everybody back as quick as I can. I would say if you call and I don't answer, leave a voicemail. I don't know what's going on with AT&T lately, but my signal has been awful. And this past weekend, I spent 2 days in Jackson, Georgia at the terminal. Or no, Jackson, Florida. Where was I? Jackson, Florida at the terminal. And they're kind of in a hole. The signal was awful. The Wi-Fi was not great. And so if you did not leave a voicemail, I didn't know you called oftentimes. And so just be patient with me. I don't purposefully dodge anybody. Same thing with the emails. Well, I say that. There's a couple of people I purposefully dodge, but just be patient. If I don't answer you within a couple of days, send me another email or call again. Occasionally somebody will fall through the cracks, but it's usually not intentional. Gary Cook, channel member, I think it's been getting easier to find parking since DOT is getting rid of the non-English speaking drivers. Yeah, in some places they're not. And so it definitely getting better. Channel member and moderator Robbie Ross, gonna head out. Lady friend is meeting up with me. Be safe, all 10 and 2. All right, man, have fun on your date. We'll catch you later. Skyline says, try Georgia. I couldn't find one yesterday. Yeah, that's check out that Skyline. Check out that guy that Superior Truck Parking. It's in Calhoun, Georgia, on 75, right north of Atlanta. He's redoing the parking lot right now. It's going to be a really nice facility. He did have a roach coach out there, and it wasn't busy enough to support the roach coach, but he's looking at getting food options out there and things like that. And so if any of you go stay there, let me know how it goes. I've got his phone number, the owner's phone number. If you run into a problem or an issue, I can help you out with that as well. But really good guy. And so like to support small businesses. And I don't feel like he's really sticking it to you. Like I said, the place I had to stay in Miami was $30, which I thought was outrageous. A cup of ice inside the store was $2. I mean, that's a company that does that is a company that despises drivers. Yeah, Racing Ray, channel member moderator. You're right. It is Calhoun, Georgia. It was quiet. Nobody bothered me. Now, the next morning, he saw me sitting in the front seat, and he come over and introduced himself, asked me how I liked it, things like that. But I don't consider that bothering me. And he turned out to be a really good guy. So, yeah, if you're in the Atlanta area, you already know. Even if you go to the Petro, it's paid parking. If you can find a parking spot, most of the truck stops around there are going to be full, and they're going to be paid parking. So give this guy some consideration when you're in the area. And if I'm at more parking places like that, I'll tell you if they're good or bad. I'm probably going to be at that one again before too long, and I'll try to walk around and show you more of it. That was just, I was in a big hurry that day, so that was just a quick video I put out because I really had a good experience there. All right, I'm going to pull that comment so y'all can see the little like and subscribe thing. You can see that I'm Trucker Todd. And we'll give you a couple more minutes to type. And if not, I'm checking out of here. I was really expecting a bigger crowd tonight. We've still got 19 in here, though. Tells me everybody's busy. We'll probably get a lot of people on the replay gang, which is fine. Hey, if you're in the replay gang, you can still help the channel by leaving a comment. That still counts as a interaction. You can still give it a thumbs up, things like that. So I hope you'll do those things, whether you're part of the replay gang or whether you're in here with me live tonight. Channel member Gary Cook makes a great point. Thursday night football. I didn't even think about Thursday night football. Don't even know who's playing tonight, but I'll bet you're right. That'll pull from the viewership a little bit, but we'll get them in the replay. It's okay. But I guess we will go ahead and start winding this out then, since we're down to 20 now. Give it a few more seconds. All right, I'm gonna sign out of here. Let's do what we always do to irritate the trolls. Play the music, and I'll say the words that irritate them, like nails on a chalkboard. Y'all have a good night.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down. Flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round. For my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live.